Crypto Sniper, yes, we're back. Crypto Hat. We haven't spoken on Market Sniper in ages. We've got so many interesting things to say in the traditional markets, but crypto has been sucking all our attention, and we're back at it again. Yep, we just come down our driveway in our purple Aventador. No, we haven't. Don't worry, it's just a meme. Okay, we're not so serious about it all, but we are serious about the fact that crypto is in a very strong place, and I think a second stage surging coming along, bull, 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 yes. So we'll be taking a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. We'll be taking a look at the others, the alt others, apart from the big two, XRP, the return of the XRP, the classic big three, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and they're all actually looking rather good simultaneously. That tells you bull, bull, bull. Indeed, indeed. And then we're going to be looking at the Johnny Come Lately and the newbies. Yep. So we updated you a little bit last time. I don't think we've done Binance, but might have done. Did on Twitter. I can't even remember when. I haven't had time to talk much on Twitter, guys. We've been trading. We've been in the community doing the premium stuff. So it's been heads down. So we do a quick live stream and give you a little bit of an update to the free views. But it's at times like these that the most of the tension is very internal on our own stuff because it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting. So let's give you an update on what's been happening. Let's just tell you what's something that's fairly hot and literally started this afternoon properly. In fact, we were talking about it in our community. Little squeezy wind up on a small that said that Ada was probably going to get back on its bike and play a bit of catch up to that Binance token that just left it in the dirt and has kind of gone on and virtually doubled on Ada in the meantime. So without further ado, let's take a look at the charts. Here they are. Beautiful, beautiful things. Ada, indeed. Here he blows. So you'll see that ADA's triggered. We were talking about it again. It's been a little bit of an unreliable. It did a little fakey break on us once. So we wanted to check how will we know? How will we know? And we got a nice little winding up structure here. You can see, first of all, a couple of things happen. Let's grab the pen. Let's grab the pen. This is your live technical analysis in the crypto markets on a macro level, right down to the micro level, telling you where the altcoins that will give you the biggest bang for your bucks in trading. You can be in earlier, faster, sooner, and developing all those skills. If you're in the community, hit the link below that says book a call, and you will get a calendar and you'll be able to book a call. It's kind of easy. Do what it says on the tin. That usually makes people happy, and you'll be able to do exactly that. And you'll talk to a nice, friendly person. He'll tell you exactly what's going on in terms of the realms of the world and what the deal would be, were you to be coming on board. Then you can be in earlier. You could have been earlier. Think about how much this all costs you by not being on time in the trades, chasing the pump all the time, getting the slippage, and then complaining that you're being cheated by your broker, your exchange, your whatever. The key thing is not to be part of the maddening crowd. Not to be part of the maddening crowd. Nice little climbing up, ascending structure to the just-in-time level. That, in fact, you would have known at 128. You got faked up once before and then it dipped back down. But generally, eventually it's going to go. And now's the time it's going to go. It's been quite a bit of time funneling, as we say, in terms of the structure. But it's now going. Where's it going? We think well through the 170s. Well through the 170s. It's on its bike now. It started. But he hastens all those that chase in now. That, in fact, your very first early test has actually been run. And there will always be a small possibility that you get a little bit of a dip down. Having run your first interim. Although it's been respected once, that doesn't mean it only is respected once. You see that? Perfect. Boop, boop, boop. Your first little cheeky pullback. But then a lot of money was arriving and got pushed a little further. It can still have a pullback. Okay, good. So that's going to take you on the big time frame up 70% from when you could have got on in the low, not quite, 65-ish. Could have got in the 119s, the 120s. And been hodling your way through patiently. You have had to be a bit patient for this one. We gave this one out to you around about the same time as we were giving Binance, and then you've been a bridesmaid a little bit at the ball, but that time eventually comes, and now it's your chance to walk down the aisle. Give me back my mouse. Thank you. Thank you. The glitches and bugs. Don't forget to like and share, by the way, folks. We appreciate it. Our currency is a share through FaceAche, Twitter, and or any of the others. We appreciate that. If you can do that, it's not asking a lot. We don't ask you to pay anything for a free update. Make some money if we're good, and on money, own your outcomes, whichever way it goes. But let's have a look at this on a bigger time frame before we pivot into the big two, the Bitcoin and Ethereum, because you're all here. What's the boss going to do? What's the boss going to do? That's what you should be asking anyway, even if you're not. So there's our 172, nicely signboarded for you. By the way, Binance overperformed immensely to its target, just as a wee reminder on that one. There's the Binance perp. Yep. Who was in the Binance? Free on YouTube, courtesy of the Crypto Sniper. Who was in the Binance? Give me a like. I'm looking at the comments. We are watching your comments. We want to hear exactly what you're going to tell us. Please do that. Oh, by the way, something that's absolutely guaranteed to happen in this video is at some point the bot scammers will be replying with a picture of my face with a WhatsApp number group. Don't be curious, by the way. You're going to be sent to an extremely spammy exchange where once you've deposited your money, it's stolen. So let me just tell you exactly that. In fact, I'll even give you the exchange name, and they've been handed over, and there's going to be arrests. So it's awesome. But in the meantime, it'll continue to happen. And when one gets arrested, another one will come. So NAP markets is where you'll end up. NAP market, spammy exchange. And when you click deposit, you'll find that there's no means to deposit from a card where you're dealing with a real merchant. You'll be asked to send Bitcoin. That's where Mr. WhatsApp, with all the little special characters, because we've been putting filters to spam them to protect you, is going to send you. And he's going to want you to send Bitcoin or a crypto of other sorts. They are scammers. They're in Texas, Harris County, Houston, and they've been tracked. And we're going to help clean up the world of crypto. But in the meantime, until they get a visit, their auto bot will be posting just this very thing. So know if you're in any way curious, because curiosity killed the cat. If you're in any way curious, you're going to be directed there on a WhatsApp group by spammy people pretending to be me or my team. Impersonators, thieves, and frauds who are going to be going down soon. But be warned, okay, somebody has lost their money. Save the little bit dim people from making that mistake. As soon as you see them, make sure you report them. Okay, back to this. So Binance, great run. Little bit of a localized high, possibly scope for further upside in time, but a great run. Not the current talk of the town. ADA just breaking. We've just given you. We've given it to you before. It slept. It had a little bit of it slept late, but it's moving now. What about Bitcoin? Let's talk about Bitcoin, the big boss, and get straight into it. Yeah, Bitcoin. What Bitcoin doing? This is what Bitcoin's doing in our worldview. So it's got what we'd consider to be quite an ascending structure overall. And we did share a tweet for you a while ago saying that it's going to take you to the doorstep of the 70K mark. Let's go to our favorite color that doesn't show up so good. We'll go a little bit fatter as well. Lots of detail on here. So in the end, so we had a discussion about it. Was 60K, was it all about the 60K, or was it needing to run the 57K again? In the end, it did. It needed to run that 57K. And there was a threat of a head and shoulders. We mentioned the threat of the head and shoulders. Remember, we're not head and shoulders traders per se. We notice them, we see them, and we recognize the threat they might offer. Note the word might. Nothing about head and shoulders or guarantees. Nothing about any technical pattern or guarantees, but we know where our probabilities lie. So if we say there's a threat of a head and shoulder, that doesn't mean it's a call by us that it's definitely going down. In the end, you went to another key level that we've given you many times, the 55,500. And you did go down to that point. That was your head of your inverted head and shoulders there, the little one, and you popped up and you made the target of recovery at that point. So we were right. The 57K support was going to be degraded. It was. The head and shoulder didn't happen. Good news in terms of the bull market, but the threat did exist. Remember, we're pointing out minefields. It doesn't mean every time you walk through a minefield, you get blown up. You might be lucky. Okay. So here's the structure that we're actually in. And the target we see for that take you to the very high 60s, 68, 69s, which would probably imply a spike through on the 70K in terms of the structure that it's given us. So that is in essence the simplified structure that for most of you, you all just want to understand. You have broken. We had a little bit of a previous grind line that you've squeezed up against. You broke again. So you've now made, warning, the 62,000, which is actually a localized target area. So if you just trace in willy-nilly, Sniper says it's a macro, and you then buy in here and it dips a little down, well, then you're just not caring enough about your entries. You've got to be a little bit cautious. Yes, overall, we expect it to go to the 68, 69 levels, and that probably means at some point a 70K spike through. That's key levels of significance from the round numbers point of view, going through the motions of that. But you want to pick your entry. You do want to pick your entry. The markets have been pretty strong across the board. Bitcoin's showing that it's moderately strong after its gap up. So if I drop a time frame, it's gapped up, but actually since then it's kind of just chilling a little bit and showing firmness without running any further away. So the big thing is what happened overnight with the pump up to that point. But you have just crossed a key level. You've also, yes, wait for it, made a new all-time high. So that always gets the Google searches and everything like that hitting the news wires, the traditional financial areas that are now commenting on crypto. The traditional financial system now discovering crypto are now updating on Bitcoin, and they'll typically point out every time Bitcoin makes a new high, and that has happened right now. So you're gonna get the surge money a little bit, sometimes late, a little bit dumb. And remember what I always say about just running the all-time high. We draw it over here for you so that you don't forget it. And there she goes. So a little bit of a pullback to respect that interim, maybe revisit the all-time high, and then we get going a bit. And there you can see a 69 number. Oh, it's a great number, 69 numbers. Yep. Keep it tidy. Keep, okay, yes. So that's Bitcoin, upside for Bitcoin. And without it being absolutely maniacal up, it's actually quite good because it stops the honey badger himself from sucking all the juice of the new money out the system. So it's sitting here, resting and holding its ground, but not dumping like a mad thing, is perfect for the alts. The alts. So we'll go transitioning, he says. Let's transition to the Ethereum. So we skip over to the goddess of God markets, Ethereum, and we see we're popping out of a rising wedge over here. Again, a great structure. We've told you this is running 2,579. So that's probably 2,6 and some. And in actual fact, we do know that we're expecting overall some ETH overperformance to BTC longer term. So it's actually a good trade, although I wouldn't say that's overtly happening on a major scale now. It's now, instead of underperforming Bitcoin, it's holding its own and inching up. And we'll have a look at the FBTC chart in a bit. So there you can see some details of what we've been discussing in premium as and when. You should have been net long from over here at the very latest, and you should still be in, and we are bouncing along our grind line, and I think we're going to work our way more up generally and get closer to that midpoint of a trumpet. That's right, it's a hunt volatility trumpet. You want to learn about trumpets, you want to learn about our advanced trading methodology, how to draw them, when to draw them, how they apply, when do you exit, how do you exit. That can all be done, but you need to get smart in terms of HVF method, and there's only one way to do it. There's only one man that does it. You've got to go to Mr. HVF himself, the sniper dude. Okay, so we'll see you in the link below. Click the link, book a call. So looking good for 2576, but as I've said before, if we do fulfill the FBTC, and this is a long-termer, many people were like, yeah, that one's not really happening. It's a long-termer. This is a pattern that starts with the highs of 2017 FBTC at 15 and a better part of a 2.5 year bear and bottoming market. You want it to happen tomorrow. Come on, man. We position you on macro technical. We look at the medium-term technical, and when we get those key small setups that are all within the medium-term technical of the big technical, you get your triggering event for your right-away timing. But sometimes on those things, you get your right-away timing and you get a pullback, and that's very much what's happened. But what's this? We're watching. What's this? And we were talking about this today in my media shares with the community about how I expect this will turn into a fractalized potential upside as well. So that could see ETH a little bit over performance to BTC and a very solid token. You can collateralize on most of your margin with ETH as easily as you can do Bitcoin. You can do all these things. So not looking bad at all. And I think a pretty safe banker. Sometimes when you're trading these smaller term time frame tokens, and even the medium-sized ones that are allowed as collateral, if they move too much, your collateral can vary too much. If you suddenly have a pullback and you've got all your collateral, say in even ADA, for example, and it has a pullback just in funnel, your money shrinks by 10%, your margin. And if that's because Bitcoin and Ethereum have come back 3 or 4%, your overall collateral comes down and your P&L comes down, and it all happens together because they're all correlated, and you can find yourself running into trouble. Remember, money management's really important. Managing your capital. It's about a number of things. It's about managing your open trades, and planning and managing your future trades, to what degree you use margin, how much protection you use margin. Generally, you should be doing most of your things in single digit only margin. Generally. That is orange and lower. An orange pot can be 50% up to 3 or 4 times bigger. So on FTX, by the way, loving the FTX exchange. My community have educated me. I grabbed one of their referral links, and I've now got a referral link too below. Great exchange. I'm enjoying trading on it. I'll show you a P&L just now. I understand it broadly. I can do most things fairly quickly. It doesn't drive me bonkers like Binance does. The complexity, the non-intuitiveness, changing your order sticker because it was on sell and now you need to make it buy, and now you have to retype the number, and then moving wallets around, and then you can't find it and they won't explain what's collateral. Drives me bonkers that. I'll trade the token. I do as little as possible on that platform. FTX is better. There's a referral link below. Grab it and you will not be punished, therefore you will gain, therefore. And more importantly, you'll enjoy using the platform. I like him. We'll show you a little bit more on that. So check that out below. Also, actually on the links below, Bullion Vault, your internet gold, where you can reserve actual bars and money. Remember, diversify your wealth out of crypto, guys. It's less volatile, other instruments, and of course, it's not electronic. And then in time, I am also got a very exciting new provider for physical silver and gold, which every crypto person should have, and links to come for that, and the benefits and why it's the best, highest service, most affordable method for you to stack silver, gold, and actually potentially other metals too, precious metals. So a lot coming. Anyway, let's get on to the cryptos, carry on with the crypto. So Ethereum, we've had a little chat about. We've told you where we think it could go. The key part about this, if we go onto the bigger time frame with regards to ETH, is will it go to 6.6? It's at in and around the 3.6 at the moment. Looking to get above the 3.6, it's got to revisit the 4. That's 4% of Bitcoin, 4% of an increasing Bitcoin. That's a good thing. And in the end, this overall macro, and again, we're not super based just on head and shoulders, but we will acknowledge them, particularly if they're big time frame structures, and there's a real justification for why they might have crawled. So you've seen this FBTC setup with me before. There's your neckline at the 4. We've got to return to neckline. And what I'm teaching, because we were busy recording, we will be recording this week for our advanced guys in the community, a special take on head and shoulders, just because we're seeing a lot of them. We've just had a 2.5-year bear market, and now you're seeing a lot. It's really valuable to have things that generate targets. And one of the things I'll give you for absolute free is that when you have a complex shoulder, you see you were there and you spilled, then you visited again, then you came back and you visit again. That's complexity. It's a double shoulder in essence. When you get a double shoulder or complexity on the one side, you're quite liable to get it on the other. In other words, complexity is the season. It's a bit volatile, but up, but down, moving and jiving. It's not such a standstill concept. So you can see you got your left shoulder here, and then you actually got stamped on there, and that's your gas fee story. There's always a narrative. So you've got double shouldering here. That doesn't mean it's broken. Your stop is down here. This pattern is valid and will continue to hold. But remember, time frame. That is a weekly chart I'm showing you there. This is 2017 top going into the beginning of 2018, and you're a third of the way through 2021. Yeah, that's some time ago. I know the years are passing faster, the days are flying by, birds and the bees. But when we get back up to this point, I would say it's quite possible that's the end of the complexity of your right shoulder. So for those of you that are wanting some based out collateral that could move quite well, FTX has a 3x Ethereum. It also has a 3x Bitcoin. It's a token you can buy through their platform. So it's pretty handy. Pop it in, you're getting a bit of exposure. They cost different prices. Why? Because they've already grown 3 times faster than the underlying asset. So this is pretty good. And this is, of course, we made upside HVFs in getting out of there to make it up to that 4%. We followed this story between the two tokens very, very closely. We are intricately involved with it. And I am saying to you, my suspicion is, this is a log scale chart, by the way. So that target is the same distance as that distance. That's quite possibly likely to happen. That doesn't mean it runs 15. There's other competitors in this space, but I'll take 6.6%. Definitely, especially if Bitcoin is going to be $70,000 on 6.6%. Work that out for mass and you know you're mid-40s. Okay, so that's $4,500. Would you like Ethereum at that level? Not bad. Market cap will have jumped a bit. So bear it in mind. It doesn't mean it's tomorrow. Big charts, big time frames. Remember that. Macro views, big charts, big time frames. Takes time to happen. Takes time to happen. We've handled ADA. I think we've done enough on BNB. You guys know the story now of what happened there. Great move. That was an 82.5. I don't know if I mentioned it last time. I can't even remember anymore when last I spoke and what I actually said during them. I have to watch my old YouTubes. But that's over an 80 RRR just to the target, assuming you didn't over performance manage. We did cover that already. DOT has been a relative underperformer. We called it unreliable girlfriend after it. And my new best buddy. Oh, yes. Banker boy. Yeah. No. It's just about making money, chaps. Not about marrying. She's not your girlfriend. She's just your ride home. I shouldn't say she. That's going to give me all sorts of trouble. It's just your ride home. You're not marrying the Uber car driver, at least anyway. Beautiful break, great structure, covering this again also in that reversal head and shoulder material that we're doing. And it's a ripper, and it was held down because of this investigation, SEC. But it wouldn't surprise me if this turns out being utilized as banker token of some form and could be a ripper. Remember, the control structure coins that are obviously ones will do well in the same way Tesla does inexplicably well. And that's unfortunately the way of the world. So take the money or not. What do you want? Are you here to build wealth or are you here to moralize? I don't know. I'm here to build wealth. I moralize at home. We're in church or somewhere else, not in my cryptos. So this one's been doing super well and it's looking to do further, and it goes uppity. It's pretty quick if you've ever used it, I've found, in sending. So good. XRP, and it's been a pal of note. Don't marry it. It can go down, but it's been a pal. We spoke of Litecoin. Don't know when last. This one's moving. We said $300 for you, and it keeps staircasing its way up. Look at that beautiful little flag. Flaggy all day long, helping you to get back on the bus because you were slow and late, and now you're at the second interim, so now it's going to have a little rest. It might even pull back a bit more. Then it could make a rising wedge. Who knows? I'll just go with the flow. I'm in it to win it. Purple Lambo. No, not for me, but for some of you. Go on. Grab it, catch it. If you want to get it, you're going to need to get it on the downside. Of course, if you're a F2F trader, you would be in here and you would have had your first interim run, your pullback. You would have seen it sitting on your funnel. proving your funnel support theory. Have you ever seen a method that gets so validated so many times, gives you interim targets on the way to a full target? Yes, yes, yes. No, I haven't. If there's another one out there, I'd seriously love to learn, because I'm interested in growing, and I'm interested in learning, and I'm interested in doing everything. If you get any other method that breaks a chart down like this, I want to know who he is. I want to pay for his course, and I want to go learn from him, because I keep wanting to make better. I have absolutely. I went to so many courses, by the way. Some people say, oh no, I'm not sure I want to call. I'm not sure I should be spending money on a course or learning. It's not a course. It's a community. It's where you learn, act, build out your trades, develop, intermingle with other people that are high net worth, smart, engineers, computer scientists, just serious about building the wealth and wanting to get better. And you will become part of that community. And can I tell you, you can build much more wealth by being in earlier, understanding risk rewards, changing your behavior and your approach to the market. And if you in a years of existence, if you can't earn back in these market conditions more than ever what you paid with a multiple, we're doing something wrong. I'm serious. We're doing absolutely something badly wrong. Or you've lost your mind, or you're bit too high on intoxicants. I don't know. But these are ideal conditions. This is a runaway bull market that we're in, guys. In crypto, we are accumulating and going higher. It has to become the Jupiter, and it's a beach ball in the corner of the wall. You've got a quadrillion of derivatives. You have hundreds of trillions of global market cap, and it's getting higher. All of this wants to be blockchain, tokenized, everything. By the way, Binance offers you a Tesla token to trade Tesla, by the way. First equity. Funny that. Control structure exchange. Very with all the agenda. Control structure equity. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, that's just my reset brain speaking. Indeed, you can actually trade Tesla on a token soon. You won't even need an equity account. You will buy tokens. Everything will become tokens. You'll trade tokens of everything. You can buy a refrigerator token one of these days. But anyway, that's something for another day, a different channel. So that's Litecoin. Target through 300. Okay, we're giving it to you. We told it to you. Don't chase in right now. Just made a key level. You can pick him off a little bit later. What saith the lovely people, by the way? Let me have a look at your comments. I'm in full swing here. And not even stopping to say greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you for the likes. 524 watching. That would be awesome if we could get it through 750. A couple of shares and we'd be home. You know that. In your best group. 149 likes. That's really cool. Thank you so much for that. It's appreciated. Community of juice, says somebody. Yeah. Paycent being best low cap crypto, says Palicent. Check out Chart Champions. Well, I don't know what that guy's on about. Allah's Network. A lot of interesting comments. Let's just see where to buy. We need a special live stream on XRP. We can do a lot more detail in XRP. We're covering it and talking about it a lot. Put the guys in XRP last night for an overnight puppy licks in the morning. Who likes to get their face licked by bouncy puppies in the morning? It's, there's not many things better. I won't get into those. That they don't necessarily involve clothing. But, waiting up and getting your face licked by the puppy. The XRP has been a very nice puppy a number of nights in a row. And we had nice little structure said this one is going to look good. So, yep. Hello from Melbourne. Hey to Melbourne. How are you guys doing? Have you thrown out your communist leaders yet? Don't worry, it's not specific to you. It's everybody. You can trade the Chili's coin too. Yep. Okay. So some folks keen for XRP analysis. We've done a quick flyby. That's all I'm going to do in this session. You get much more detail when you're on board. Who else do we want to talk about? Theta. Why not? A little bit of something building in Theta. So I'll give you a little look-see. And not yet there, but this, for those of you who are patient and felt you've missed everything, what you want to do is you want to buy these rounded bottom lows. We gave this one to you when it was a lot smaller token, guys. Come on, give us some credit. Gave this one to you when it was a lot smaller token. Since then, it did a blow off and then a little bit of schizo stuff. But in essence, that's it. And now it's sitting here like this. Also a little bit of schizo stuff, and now it's down here, and you're going to get, I think, a really calm, chilled period there, and then she goes again. That will take you through 17. That's a better part of 50 or 60%. You just got it for free. Where did you get it? On the Crypto Sniper channel. And you can buy and accumulate in limit buy orders between the 11.8 and the 12, and just nibble the lows, nibble the nose. Be smart. Your entries matter. Yep, those are the way I would approach it. Be smart, entries matter. You can accumulate on the little dips. It's chilled. It's not about to run away. There's no reason for a FOMO entry on a position situation like that. What else are we going to show you today? We're going to revisit Ray because we mentioned it to you before. So Ray, what about Ray? Ray had a good, since the last time we spoke about it, it did this highly expansive candle, which was for us a triggering event. It then ran its interim target, which means it can slow down. It had a grind line, which means it's probably going to pull back. Where does it pull back to? The just-in-time level over there. So perfect accumulation place, which is also the previous high at and around the 10.6 to 11 level for Ray. Accumulate. Why? Why would you want to accumulate? Much like Theta, it's going to breathe, and then suddenly it will go again in my worldview. As long as, remember, there's always conditions, and this is always on balance of probabilities, and this is an unregulated sharing of opinions of one trader to others, one investor to others, and this is not a guarantee, but I quite like the idea of this one. I like it because it's a little bit light volume, but so be careful out there. But it's going to go targets 19s, 20s. So you're going to go from something you could be buying 10 for 20s. So that's a 2x on a trading situation. Very, very attractive. How does it look on a bigger time frame? It's a decent time frame structure. So despite coming quite recently to the market, which would have been the insiders getting their coins out, assuming they don't have too many people on lockups. What you subsequently got, we'll take the log scale off just to shrink that pole a bit. Oh, shrink the pole. I normally take a cold bath for that, but in this instance, the log scale will do. So 14 down to 4. What you do, 10.8 down to 8.25. It's looking at 20. 19's 20. So that will be good. That'll be good. That'll be good. And it's the first time setup that's taken its entire listed life since roughly March when it first ICO'd. So a surge could suddenly push it up, push it up, push it up, push it up. So 554 watching, 554 people have been told. I'm saying to you, chance to double your money on this one if you get it right. That's it. That's all. I'll leave it out there. Does it require anything else? Yes, Bitcoin to remain broadly bullish. Ideally not too bullish, but broadly bullish, which I think we've got. Remember, there will still be pullbacks in being broadly bullish, but just not absolute spiller deaths. And then Ethereum. Why is all this happening, by the way? Biden. Yeah, well, it's not really Biden. The guy's so clueless. It's the guys who've given him the script. He's the script reader. He's been handed the script. Infrastructure spend. Only 25% of it actually goes on infrastructure. The rest goes to politicians, the defense, everybody else. Quangos, race equality things, rewriting history, why white males are evil, all sorts of things. So watch out for that. But 25% will still go to infrastructure. Guess what? They're wanting to push that number up, 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 up. This is already the next thing. People want their new stimmy checks because they want UBI. They want to keep giving you the money. They want UBI because they need you to be controlled by them. That's right. By the way, did you know people are being paid to share on social media all the reasons why they've had their vaccine? Fantastic that. I'll share that on Reset Sniper through there. So while people are getting paid via PayPal, fancy PayPal that, Tesla bunch, Elon. Anyway, I sense digression. Ray's good for me. I'm in it. So bear in mind, anything that I'm putting up for you, I could already be in it. And I don't talk about things I'm not interested in personally. So unlike other people, you can take it for a given that I'm largely, if I'm showing it, it's because I'm interested in it and I probably have a position. So that was Ray. ELRND. Great time to actually add up on ELRND. I might just do exactly that, just having a wee peek. So it's been performing rather well. walking its way up pretty firmly. It's had a nice little semi-parabolic move after being a little bit stop-start, wound up nicely there, squeezy, pump, bit of a large degree off, but that I think was, again, BTC Ethereum. But starting to get a bit of a bid. That's a hammer in there where we're taking you through the 275s. You can't see the number, but I know it. I know it off by heart. I put in targets on some of them, and others I'm letting run. So good thing. It's well ahead of schedule. It's dealt with its second interim. That's one of the reasons why it pulled back. Oh, there's that method again, giving you information that nobody else gives. Second interim, dump. That's it. That's part of the reason why you went so strong and came back a little hard. And then you saw it off. Nice squeezy on an ascending nature to take you to the other side of, wait for it, a band and a channel. You could be seeing these charts and learning to do it for yourself. I am not a guru. I have a totally transferable skill, and I'm ready to give it to you. That's right. Respect me and I respect you. And you can learn how to do this for yourself. Best thing, a lifetime, a skill of a lifetime. What would you say? Look, these are the best conditions. I want to emphasize, everybody's a hero in a bull market. Everybody's a hero in a bull market. But made on FTX so far. In the birthday boys month. Yep, 29th of March, that's it. From the 5th of March, putting a moderate 23K in there. Worth today, 1.663 million. You can do that too on your account. Not bad if you enjoy using it, and you've got you've got a great method. You're in the perfect conditions for that method, and you're largely net long. So it's important to highlight, everyone's a hero in a bull market. Everyone is a hero in a bull market. But 22 days of those 33 days, so 33, listen to these numbers he's throwing out. 22 days up, perfect 66.66% of 33. Jesus, I didn't even realize that. 22 days out of 33 is 66. I must be doing the devil's work. Okay, I'm just kidding, but that's kind of freaky. Who'd have guessed it? Six-figure days on the upside during those days. 11 down days, 2 six-figure down days. And those were both post big runs. So that was profits, rolling 3-day profit of $750,000. So you get, because the positions were still open, a 6-figure pullback day on top of that. So you're giving back 100 odd grand on a day after 3 days in a row of doing $250,000. So 3 days of doing $250,000 in single days alone. So you can do that too. Is that worth finding the means? Yes, I think so, but then I would say that, wouldn't I? But no, you can muddle on also. Some guys are doing pretty well. It's a bull market, let's be frank. Lots of people should be near all-time highs. You could be doing this on multiple accounts, and you could still get some sleep. Not two devices. I'm gonna sell a pair of spectacles that holds 2 mobile phones with different platforms, one in front of the left eye and one in front of the right eye, and you can just be a swivel-eyed loon like this, looking at him. That would be crazy. Anyway, yeah, you can still live a life, and you can still have a great time, and you can make some serious boodle, and you can go Lambo shopping if you're that way inclined. Personally, in these times, not sure if that's the best investment. Cars are not appreciating assets in most terms. So we also gave you guys Mana. It's done okay. It's not fully got off the blocks that I am satisfied with it, but I think it will. So it's doing a little revisity. So you could possibly get this fella down at the $1 marks-ish again, not necessarily all that low, but you'll run it to 142. So that's 42%, and I expect when it does get going, it'll actually overperform, because this is good structured pattern. So we've also let you catch up on the Mana. EGLD. Did I do EGLD? I've just done it. Yes, I did Ray and EGLD. That's it. EGLD. I can't help but call it EGLD. We had a program called EGLD in South Africa. It was EGLD, GLD. And this is ELRND. I mean, like, why is it like GLD? But anyway, so that's my schizophrenic autism coming to the fore there. How are you guys doing? What saith the men of the ministry? Have you gone and grabbed your FTX? Open an FTX account for some magic. Really good platforms. It's just so much easier to use something that you can understand. It makes it more of a pleasure. Now I'm doing more of my active trading there, and it's paying. It's paying. But it is the time. Remember, everyone is a hero in a bull market. We've sold Bitcoin at 6,000 and made 6 digits plus sums. You've got to be able to trade in both ways. But right now, this is your bull market. It's easier. It is easier. People make money going long upside. They don't. It takes a long time before you get to that place where you can actually make money in a down market. It is not a down market for me, but you've got to also develop the skills to know when you've got to back off a little bit, and it could be resting. That's really useful. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Something very important to recognize. What you keep is what counts. What you keep is what counts. So everybody's potentially had an experience where they've run an account up pretty high and then ended up with a third of it later. That's not a desirable outcome. You do not scale up. You also want to reduce sizing at key points. Throughout that period with that sample that I gave you, we reduced sizing right down. I was almost entirely closed. I had 3 very, very small positions. You need to chill out and take from your hot pot when you've had a run. By the way, that never used more. It never used a double digit of leverage at any point in doing that. So the leverage meter, that account's restricted to 10, and the leverage meter was right down sub the 9s. Most of the time, 2.3 at the moment. Tons of collateral, and some of it's gone into other things. Beautiful setups on a couple of tokens. I think did I mention them? Let's just see if I can find something. I've got one last thing to show you why I think good things are coming. We do the COT analysis. Most of that we do in premium. It's our special secret herbs and sauces and spice. Great, great possible squeeze, which adds to my bullishness overall for Bitcoin. Let's just see if the... Yeah, let's show you this baby. So you're saying, why are you so bullish on Bitcoin? Why the crypto market going up? So this is a token, again, FTX, available on FTX. Grab the link below. Make sure you have your account. The 3-buy Bitcoin bull is amazing. HVF, the leverage token, the smart. What do you think the control structure guys are going to go do? They're going to platforms that can give them leverage, and they're buying the 3-buy long Bitcoin. Oh my God, beauty queen. So beautiful. She's a pants wetter. She's so beautiful. Let's have a look and talk about it. Shooby-dooby-doo-bop, bop, bop, shoo up. You know what I mean. London, Paris, Munich. That is a great setup. That is a beautiful setup. It's better than the actual Bitcoin. The leveraged longs are getting leveraged long. And surprise, surprise. I always remember I had a joke about, it was a Japanese guy who said they were Japanese, German, and everybody. They had all these nationalities, and they were all given tasks to do after their plane crashed on the jungle. And the one guy said, Japanese people are great at logistics. So you go and sort supplies. And then they sent him off, and everyone had to go off into the jungle and deal with their stuff. And then they couldn't find the Japanese guy. They had to come back by a certain amount of time. And then they went around the jungle looking for him. And he jumped out and he said, supplies, 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 supplies. Oh dear. I think they were disappointed with that one. But anyway, stupid dad jokes are us. That's what it's all about, boys and girls. So this is a triggering event. That is a triggering event. Nice little fractal. Pop goes a Weedle. Do you have? Did you know there was a 3x bull? Did you know you can get it on your FTX link below? Yes, you can. You can. It's a token. You can buy it, and it has 3 times.
Can you take a look at LIT?
LIT. There's been a special request coming through the support team. You know, it's a special one. If I get hailed from my highs and asked to refer to it, you've had enough. You've had enough of my 3x Bitcoin bull. Okay, I say. I shall scurry on off, and I will look at that which is requested. 555 people watching. I happen to like that number. It's like 3 S's in a row. Yeah. Thank you for that. And 222 likes. Wow. That's like 40%. Perfectly. I can even do the maths on that. You guys are spoiling me today. I don't know what to say. Oh dear. Lit. Yeah, I thought I already had it. Because there's a fanboy that shows up quite regularly here. Give us lit, give us lit. I said, what exactly was that saying? I want to make sure I heard you correctly. I don't want you to mistake that phrase in any way. There we go. I already had it. So goodbye to my beautiful 3. You guys had enough of him. Well, you were told here. Also, good structure and looking nice. I think we said this last time. I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before. I just don't know about the volume on this. I don't know what number it is. Answer in the bottom. Tell me what number on the market cap. What's your liquidity? Always check your volume. Remember what the sniper always says. Preferably be 10% maximum of the average daily volume. Never, in fact, ideally well less than that. But never go into a token where anything you're planning on doing is going to be a double digit of the average, not the highest day. So how would you work that out in a real quick way? I'll give you a tip. I'll even show you. You see, we're nice that way. We want you guys to do well. We don't want you to be consumed by the sharks, the predators out there. So how do you do a really quick answer to being less than 10% of the average volume? You click on the volume. You go settings, you choose moving average. It's the only place I do moving averages. It's on different data. Make it a nice dark, obvious color. And you click on it. And you now have your average. And of course, during an HVF, it's going to be kind of low because it dissipates. It chills out. The volatility reduces and so does the activity and the volume reduce. So if you look at this, the average right now, as of today, if you put your cursor there, it'll actually tell you the highs, the lows, the close, and also the current average volume. Well, so he said. This is so small. I needed to get it a little bit bigger. What's the average value on my moving average? I'm looking for it and I can't find it. Hey, give me what I said I wanted. Where's my data gone? Someone help me. I'm making a fool of myself again. Normally it shows up. I'm just getting the open highs, lows. So what you do is you get that value anyway. Forgive me for not having it. You get that value of the volume. That's on the current moving average. It's a 7-day. It's fine. It's not that important. And you take that value. So it says 10 million was traded. That's 10 million of, in this case, $17. But sometimes it's 0.007 cents. So 10 million of 7 cents, a fraction of a cent, is not actually necessarily a lot of money. It can be just a couple $100,000 on these really small tokens. So don't go in 10% more than whatever that average day value is. And if you're a bit smarter than me and you can actually get the value off the chart, which you normally can, I'm doing something wrong and I can't seem to work it out. Just take that number, multiply it by the price of the token. That's how much money was put in. It's the market cap for that day that was traded. Yep. So number of tokens times whatever the price is, that's the value that's traded. You must be a single digit of that. Some of you might be whales. You might not have a rule. That's your rule. Okay. Single digit % of that. Was able to grow my portfolio from 2,000. Oh, okay. Also would like a look at BAT. Okay, we'll throw in a BAT. After all, it's BAT season. Let's see if we can catch something from the BAT. Make it a Chinese one. And BAT. Basic attention token. Let's see what he says. BAT. Remember, guys, to do your assessments also against Bitcoin. We haven't done so much of that with you on the live streams. We tend to do a little bit more off stream. You want to compare what's... that's definitely not BAT. Sorry, that's a bad mistake. I meant crypto. That's something else. There's quite a few BATs globally. Kraken. Okay, hold on. I did get it. I did it right. It just pulled up a different chart. Nice trend. Nice trend. Not a particular setup, but nice trend. Let's go up a little bit. How are you doing? Quite a strong move when you look at it on a daily. Just bending slightly. It's done a lot recently. Just bending slightly. So slightly possibility it's slowing down. I don't know what the structure was that set us off on that journey. Is there any reason it's got a target higher up? Many cryptos do. It's got a good jockey, the owner. I've not got enough history on this one to check. So yeah, been strong and is trending, but I would need to see a chart with a longer history to do it. I'll keep it in mind and I'll have a little look. PPT showing new signs of life. Yep, good. Guys, I think that's all the ones I wanted to do with you. And don't forget, just jump on below, get your FTX account, book a call, get started, trade the bull season in alts with crypto. You got given the XXX Bitcoin. It's one of the most beautiful patterns I've ever seen on the XXX token. It's very bullish. On top of that, you've seen Litecoin, you've seen ELRND, you've seen those are all part of the way through. We're expecting them to finish. We've spoken about XRP, possibly in a bit of a catch-up phase. Done an immense amount. You need to choose when you get in there, but been really good. We've also shown you Litecoin, which had its little flag pullback. You could have nibbled your way in there slightly and put your stop on the low of the flag, and you can go all the way up to the 300 mark. We also spoke to you about Ethereum and said Ethereum still has quite some way to go just to get to target, and our suspicions that it will move beyond. So it is probably the most benign bullish season circumstances for being a net long. And you'll get a lot of people, I suppose, kind of like having shown PLs, almost bragging. Lambo season, lots of kids talking tough and all of that, being big heroes. Watch out. But I will say this. This is, in a way, a different bull market. Everyone says it's dangerous to say it's different this time. And broadly, that's absolutely correct. It is dangerous to say it's different this time. However, I will add that in some ways, this great reset will make many things feel pretty damn different. It's going to be next scale, and you are in it. Look, there can be a couple of moments where we get deflationary fears. The big hackathon that no doubt Klaus and his Israeli surveillance mates are busy working on to rob all our bank accounts and force us into a new financial system or whatever they're up to. Yep, be aware of that. I'd certainly caution against having all your passwords saved in Schmoogle on the browser. Maybe use other companies, maybe write them down, maybe change them all. Be kind of careful out there. Doggy is looking good, but it's looking good kind of relative even to Bitcoin, kind of looking pretty good. But I don't know what to make of Doggy. It's a bit of a meme token. But if it's got great structure and it'll go up, why not help yourself? In a way it has. One of you were asking. So yeah, I think we'll leave you with the dog and say thank you for watching and all the best. Trade smart. We'll see you in the community if it suits. If it doesn't, stay on board and watch the channel for free. Hit us likes, give us a share. We appreciate that. That's all we ask for. Advert-free channel. Also a mini-series if you don't have results. Grab the link, free trading course below. Click it, jump on there and get a bit of an idea more of how we do what we do outside of what we share with you in these free video sessions. With that, I say goodbye. Thank you for coming on. Enjoy the bull market. Take it in your purple Lambo.